Recently, I talked about an update coming out for Tesla that would be removing the steering wheel nag, introducing Banish Auto Park, where the car is going to be sitting out and going and finding parking spots. And at that time, the Intel versions of the car was going to get none of the cool new UI updates, while the AMD versions of the car were going to be getting all the updates, new interfaces, really cool full autopilot, full screen with the GPS in the corners. Sometime between those situations, they sent an update to the car, the Intel versions of the car, where basically they did get some of the features, just not all of the features. When they did that, basically my car got an update. That update was 12.3.6. Basically what that is it gave my car most of the features the AMD Teslas have. The only thing it didn't do is the big UI, like from the Cybertruck. But I got the corner UI for the full self-driving. I love it. Amazing. Very excited. I think I get that update. I remember I was stoked. I was about to make a video on it. Biggest reason I was excited to make a video on it was also because I thought it was the update that was going to be getting rid of the steering wheel nag and a lot of other things. But it didn't come out. So I was like, okay, I'll hold off, wait till the steering wheel nag update comes out, make the video then. Only thing is,
many months later,
that update 12.3.6 has been now on my car for almost 2 months since then, and it'd be fine, except for 12.3.6 almost has made my autopilot awful. You'll just be driving and it'll be like, oh, I need to switch lanes. I need to switch lanes. Let me switch lanes. Oh, I'm gonna switch back. It usually would just have the confidence of a human, especially since the end-to-end AI version of the updates have came out. The version that was before this was insane. It's one of my favorites. It felt like there was someone real in the car. My wife, who gets sick constantly when it comes to driving, she didn't get sick that much with this autopilot. Not this update. At a fork, it will just do this. When making turns on the highway, here's the lanes, and it'll just kind of almost come off the lane sometimes, which is fine. There's been some weird shifty versions of the full self-driving since I've had the car. I've had the car for over a year now. But the only thing is, I've also never been stuck on a version or a build of full self-driving for 2 months. Also, it made my trunk act up immediately. I have the automatic trunk, and on my Android when I use it, the trunk's unusable. If I click the trunk button, it just goes. I'll click it twice. Nothing. My iPhone, if I do it on my trunk, it'll open it, but it won't close it. Weird thing is, if I use the buttons on the back of the car, works fine. Screen works fine. Very, very, very weird things with this build of update. And again, I want to say I love Tesla. I'll never not own a Tesla. This car has changed my life. Please get me off this version. All that being said is, I'm making this video because last night, I got an update on my phone. It goes, boom, Tesla update. I've been waiting months to see this update. When I tell you that I was so excited to get this update, I ran downstairs to tell everyone that I just got an update. My car's autopilot is no longer going to be a problem. Heck yeah, I'm off of 12.3.6. So I'm excited, and I'm explaining to them all the new updates. I go and I start scrolling. I push the update to the car. I realize that they've added a couple of things. So anywho, I open the app. Boom, minor fixes. Cool. This release contains minor fixes and improvements. Hopefully I'm one of them. Autopilot suspension. Basically what's happening here is for every week you don't get a strike, they're going to remove a strike off of your account. So let's say you're at 2 strikes and you don't touch the wheel, you don't look at the road, you use your phone, and they give you another strike. Boom, you'll go to 3. Well, now let's say a week passes after that and you don't get any more strikes. Boom, now you're back down to 2. Oh, another week passes after that, you're down to 1, and so on and so on. I think it's very fair. I rarely get strikes in general, and when I do, having a week go by per fall off would literally be just that sweet spot. Beach Buggy Racing 2 Supercharger races. So now at the Superchargers, you can pretty much, each Supercharger will have their own leaderboard, and the goal for you is to beat everyone else's times. Really fun, great idea, I love that. Security improvements. Update includes important security fixes and improvements, whatever that means. And this is where it gets me. FSD supervised 12.3.6. I am still on the same version of full self-driving. My whole family, like my wife's family, my family, originally would just be like, oh, I'm in the car, please don't use the full self-driving. Can you drive? I just don't trust computers, etc., etc. So I'm like, oh, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Tell me why the second I get this update that makes my car go from I trust it more than a human to I can't even trust it while I'm watching. Every family member wants to see the full self-driving. I don't know if they just heard about it or what, or all of a sudden they want to test it, but every single one of them, hey, let the car drive. I kind of want to see what that's like. Okay, click it. And they're like, it's all right. It's a little scary. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, sorry, this build's a little weird. Next time I see you, we'll try it again and it'll be a lot better. Trust me. And the next time I see them, we tried it again. And I have to make the excuse of next time it'll even be better. And I saw them again. And for 3 times in a row, I've been on the same build and I'm making the excuse, sorry, I've never been on the same build this long and it happens to be the worst build. With that last update, it does seem a little bit better. But other than that, it's the same build. And the worst part is I'm seeing other people who are on 12.5. Look at this. He is praising every single part of Tesla, saying he would love to get out of the car and go grab people so they could see what magic is happening behind the wheel of this 12.5 update. And even he mentions the fact that 12.3.6 is just an awful build. And I'm stuck on it. I'm absolutely stuck on it, and it's fine. I do want to realize that this is 100% like a first world problem. My car's not driving correctly enough on its own. Like, I get it. I just had to jump on here and make this rant because 1, I haven't made a video in a little bit, and 2, I'm hoping someone at Tesla sees this and just takes me off of 12.3.6, please.